I began playing music when I was probably 14 years old, and the only instrument that I was acquainted with was the guitar, a classical guitar. So I became more of a teenager when President Allende became elected in 1973. So I was a teenager, and my college years were under dictatorship, Augusto Pinochet. So I became more aware of being a person, adult person, if you will, during the 1970-73 period. And so I associated myself with many events that were taking place at the time. Just because of my sister, she was taking me to so many places. And she was like in love with Nueva Canción, fully. Excellent singer, great guitar player, singing in choirs. Very sociable person, my sister, Patricia. So she would know everybody, and I would just kind of follow after her and out and about. In my case, I was singing when I was in college, but I wasn't singing songs necessarily by Nueva Canción. Actually, we couldn't. But it's not only that we couldn't, okay, that's important to me. It's also that up to extent maybe we didn't want to, because we wanted to be ourselves. And you don't want to repeat what they were doing, but no, it was a mix. Repression, and at the same time the need to express yourself in a different fashion. We all had those heroes like Victor Jara, and people who went into exile like Quilapayún, Inti Illimani, and from time to time, if we were to gather together like as youth, as college students, we could sing all those songs very easily. In addition to silly songs that we love to sing. So everything combined. So that for my generation, this person is crucial. And it's not from Chile. From Cuba, Silvio Rodriguez. I was in love with this guy's poetry. And of course I would sing from time to time with my friend, and I loved Victor Jara, some of the songs that he wrote. Yes, it's true. Some of the songs that Inti Illimani created. Yes, indeed. But it was like a fusion coming from different moments, This has to do with the same idea of being yourself, being your own generation, that you link up to something that feels current and that is representative of your own imagination, if you will. So that's why intersecting Silvio Rodriguez with Violeta Parra, Victor Jara, Inti Illimani, and you name it, was so important to us. So a way to resist for me was to sing Silvio Rodriguez.
Mi unicornio azul ayer se me perdió, pastando lo dejé y desapareció. Cualquier
In Chile, we have a culture that can be very conservative. I mean, a sort of culture that is fake in my view, that would like to portray like the countryside as something very middle class, normal, ordinary, and kind of nice, quote unquote, joy. But that pertains to the stereotypical view that some people in the elite have in relation to popular culture. And one main group representative of that is the group Los Guasos Quincheros. During the dictatorship, I suffered through many shows on TV, having Guasos Quincheros singing. Because that was the way the dictatorship and the most conservative side of the country view folk, popular culture in Chile. Violeta Parra detested this kind of culture. Victor Jara wouldn't go along with this. It's a way to trivialize what is truly unique about popular culture. But it's truly this clash between social justice songs promoting changes and a culture that wants to keep you in place doing the same thing and not questioning or challenging anything. So Los Guasos Quincheros for me are representative of that, the status quo. But because of my sister, I went to peñas, okay? Like a small, quote-unquote coffee houses where you would go eat traditional food and listen to music, Andean music, and also some Nueva Canción music. This took place when Violeta Parra was still alive in the 60s. But it kept being alive even under dictatorship a bit. So, well, that was my life maybe at times when my sister, during Salvador Allende's government. And because of that, I got exposed to different instruments and musicians and people. And for me, in terms of my memory, it was so important to go to what Salvador Allende created, which was this building. At the time, it was called the UNCTAD. Then I would go and to the UNCTAD. I knew food would be cheap and it was good, was to be good. So I just would go, hang out. And then in addition, you know, sometimes there would be Inti Illimani singing, Quilapayún. All the Nueva Canción from Chile was there. So that was the location for us to make the music and the culture alive and vibrant. So that space is ingrained in my memory. Without that space, I don't think that Salvador Allende's government exists even for me, because it was, you know, my place to hang out. And for many people who associated themselves to Nueva Canción, peñas were the locations to go. Sadness, sad side of the story. And the dictatorship, they became more and more just places to feel sad. Whereas before, I think there were places where you could feel, those were places where you could feel alive. So it was like a remainder of the expressions from a left that was dying and that could no longer be what it was.